What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the one and only, the only one, DG the Chef. And if you can't tell by the intro or the fact that your boy need a haircut, I have been busy.
Using that lotion?
No, not that. I've been busy trying to come up with a mini scheme for you guys. We haven't done one since the Arizona Cardinal playbook. And since Madden's done this huge update and the meta has changed tremendously, I don't even want to talk about it. Actually, I think we should probably talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay, so I was really trying to avoid this, but I can't do this video without talking about these patch notes. I'm really not happy about these patch notes. I tried to play the game for a few days before I actually made a video because maybe I was like, oh man, they changed the game. This is gonna suck. Maybe I'm just overreacting because it's new, right? So let me give it some time. I just played again, and I'm pretty sure I'm done with Madden for the year. I don't like the update, guys. I don't like it at all. I'm gonna go over some of the things before we get into the video, just really quick to hit on some of the things I don't like about this new update. New X Factor called Moss. Inspired by the Ultimate Team legend Randy Moss, when players with this ability enter the zone, they will win contested catches regardless of coverage on passes of 50 or more yards. When in football are you guaranteed to make a catch regardless of coverage? This is what they're putting in competitive games. Regardless of what you do, this guy is going to catch the ball as long as it's 50 yards or more. So can you imagine someone getting in the zone on the last play or the last few plays of the game, and he's like, oh my God, I'm not 50 yards away from the end zone. So he runs backwards so he can be 50 yards away from the end zone and then tosses it to his receiver. And no matter what you do, unless you get a sack, no matter what you do, if that ball goes in the air, they're going to catch the ball and win the game. That's what Madden has put in this game.
Haven't quite yet, so I think I'm just gonna run the football, maybe try to, you know what, I'm gonna run backwards. This is gonna sound unbelievably insane, but I'm literally gonna run backwards and then maybe I can get more yards with Mike. All right, he's gotta understand what I'm doing at this point. He's gotta see what's happening. Do we have it? Is it on? I think oh, it is. It is on. It is on. Okay, so I'm just gonna max protect, and I'm literally chucking it up to Mike Evans. He should get this every single time. I don't think this guy's ready for this. We're gonna chuck it up, 50 plus yards. Mike Evans, he caught it. Oh my God, this is broken.
The abilities are horrible, guys. This is not competitive football. No matter what you do or your skill level, the guy's gonna catch the ball. I've already seen some videos out there, and it's been disgusting, to be honest. Let's see here. So they have some global updates. They have some new superstar abilities. So inside run stuff, defense ability allowing quick block sheds against one-on-one run blocks on the inside runs. Again, so no matter what my attributes are, no matter if I'm 250 and I have horrible block shedding and I have horrible power moves, and if I'm one-on-one, you're going to give me this ability to block shed. So at this point, attributes mean absolutely nothing because chemistries mean everything. I can't play this game like this. Like I can't play a game where you're rewarding people because they have chemistries on them and not actually rewarding them because they're calling good plays. That doesn't make any sense. You could literally force a one-on-one across the board. So the other ability that they added was no outsider. Initially, that sounds good, right? Defense ability allowing quick block sheds against one-on-one for outside runs. You're like, okay, that's amazing. But now let's think about this on defense. If you have two linebackers with no outsiders and you have your defensive tackle with no inside runs, you can force one-on-one matchups whenever you think there's a run, and you're going to win every run because you're going to have someone who's going to block shed, whether it's inside or outside. And at that point, how does the offense combat that? Again, a win for the defense on this particular game. It has nothing to do with user skills. It has everything to do with the chemistries that you have put on your players, and that's not fair to the competitors in this game. Yeah, so since all that has happened, I have been busy putting together a new offensive scheme for you guys out of one of the most overused playbooks, the Oakland Raiders playbook. So today we're going to be talking about why I think the Oakland Raiders playbook is perfect for you guys for this new meta after this massive update. So let's go ahead and get into practice mode so we can go over all of the dope plays that are in this playbook. Okay, so inside of the Oakland Raiders playbook, there are a few things that I really enjoy. So I'm going to give you two formations that I run often on head-to-heads. And I'm going to show you pretty much how I run them. So inside of the Oakland Raiders playbook, we're going to go with the meta, and the meta is gun bunch. So the reason why I love the Oakland Raiders playbook is you have gun bunch tied in, and then you have gun bunch, the normal gun bunch play. So you're able to audible back and forth between both of these gun bunch formations, and it gives you a lot of versatility in how you're going to attack the defense, whether in cover 3, whether in man, or cover 4, or any type of like cover 4 parms. It gives you a lot of flexibility if you can identify what defense the person is coming out in. So let me go over the 8 plays that I run out of these 2 formations. The first play that I really, really love, and it's a safe haven for me, is verticals. Everybody runs verticals. If you see somebody running man on you, you literally just have to allow your guy to get open. So you need a little bit of time in the pocket, and you're going to hit him down the sideline. So verticals is my first audible. So I'll come in here. I'll press my left trigger button. It will be L2 on PlayStation. I make my X verticals. My Y audible, let's talk about that. My Y audible is Z spot. We'll go over why I run Z spot. My left bumper, or L1 for PlayStation, is normally bunch trail. And then my R1 or my RB button for my audibles is normally going to be a mesh post, or it can actually be a run. So I like to run, so I normally make it halfback base, or it can be mesh post. Now, some players will come in, they'll come out in a play that, you know, isn't in their audibles, and then they're audible to a play that is. So let's say if I put mesh post in here, I would come out in halfback base, and if halfback base is in here, I would come out in mesh post. So you'll see me make halfback base my audible. So these are my audibles that I have for this particular formation. When I come out, I normally come out in mesh post. I'm sorry, mesh spot. I've been saying mesh post because that's in our other playbook. Mesh spot. So I'll come out here. We'll pick a random play. And so you'll see I'm in mesh spot. And so this play isn't in my audibles, and I'll look and see what the defense is doing. Right now, I'm sort of reading a cover 3, mainly because that safety, it looks like that safety is coming down on the right side, and that other safety on the left should have deep thirds. And my corners are sitting outside. So I'm reading some sort of zone. I'm going to guess cover 3. So I'm going to audible into something that I think beats cover 3, which is my Z post or my bunch trail. My cover 3 beaters in these are going to be my flat route, which is going to be ran by my tight end, or my corner route, which will be ran by my slot receiver. So let's run Z spot. I am going to audible my B receiver on a streak. I'm doing this to take that corner to the right. He has to cover that streak. If not, he's going to be wide open because that safety's down. And I'm thinking that safety is going to cover either the corner route or the short route by A. So B is just a way to take the corner out of the play and force that safety to pick who he wants. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is audible X on a slant. So X is going to be my safety valve. If nothing is open on this side of the field, I should have X coming across to help me out somewhere. So this is going to keep the user from being able to take that outside linebacker and jump your underneath route, because X should be coming where he left. So let's go ahead and run this play. Boom. Here we go. So what you'll see there is we were a little off, but it's still zone, and we were able to get RB open on that corner route. Let's run it one more time. I'm reading, so this particular play, I'm reading something different. I'm actually reading cover 2 here. So cover 2, I'm reading because there's 2 corners outside, there's 2 safeties deep, and I'm thinking that it's zone because the corners are outside of my actual receivers and they're not lined up over top of them. Now, it very well could be man, and they could just not have shifted into their man coverage, because it looks like there is a corner right here, and that left outside linebacker looks like he's blitzing. So I am going to run out of this formation something that I feel like can beat cover 2, which is I'm going to actually stay inside of this mesh spot. The reason why I think this beats cover 2 is because I have a lot of crossing routes, so I can beat them either underneath or where the linebackers are. So let's see what we get. Boom, right there where the linebackers left. Bam. So that's the first half of the scheme. We're going to get into the second half now, okay? So now the second half is to set up the gun bunch tight end formation. And why I'm saying this is the second half, because it gives you even more audible power. The best players always have multiple options whenever they step on the field on offense. If you're coming on offense and you're focused on just one play, you're not checking yourself into the best offensive play, you are crippling your offense. So The first formation we set up and we learn how to run is out of gun bunch. The second complementary formation that we run is gun bunch tight end. So let's go into this formation and set up our audibles. So same thing. I'm going to take X, and the first audible that I normally set up for this formation is inside switch. The next is going to be inside zone. Then the next one is going to be sticks. The last one is going to be X spot. Okay, so we have inside zone, inside switch, sticks, and X spot as our audibles. And what I come out in is normally play action boot over. So the reason why I like to come out in this play action boot, I have this really good crossing scheme with Brown and Roberts that actually destroys man coverage if you have enough time. But this isn't my primary route. I just do it to see what they're going to give me. And if I can run it and get enough time, I'm going to get this here all day in man coverage, unless the user is just really, really good. But in man coverage, that route always wins for me. And that's normally what I come out in. But I end up audibling because most people don't play man that often. So what you'll see here is I have my inside switch, my zone, my sticks, and my X spot. And we're going to have the same reads. Anytime I want to be cover 3, I'm going to run that X spot, or I'm going to run sticks. And it just depends on how they're playing cover 3, whether they're playing cover 3 with a linebacker or whether they're playing cover 3 with a corner. If they're playing cover 3 with a corner and a corner at slot, then I like to run sticks. If they're playing it with a linebacker, I like to run X spot. And we're going to do the same setup. I'm going to motion out my X receiver, and I'm going to let B do his thing on the flats, and I'm going to let Y do his thing on the corner route. So let's run this because I'm reading cover 3. Boom, wide open on the sideline. Okay, so here we go. We're going to run it one more time. For this particular time, you see that he has a corner in that slot position. So I am actually going to run sticks because I feel like it does a little bit better at taking that corner away. So I'm going to motion Roberts this time on the streak, and I'm going to leave Brown on the corner route, and I'm going to let B still hang out in the flats. And I'm really pretty much what I'm doing here is reading between B and X to see who's going to come open first, and I'm going to hit that person. So I see B comes open right away. I'm just going to hit him, get my short, quick yards. And you're going to do this just to get yards, guys. We're not trying to score a touchdown on every play. We're just trying to get yards. These are just long run plays at this point. All these have man and zone beaters, which is what you want out of your pass plays. It just depends on who you want to hit or who you think the guy is going to key when he uses. So what I'm reading right now is a zone coverage, so I'm going to run inside switch, and I'll teach you how to run this. The key to this is to make all of my plays look exactly the same. So every play, I motion this receiver out here. I actually hot route my wide receiver to do a full cross across the field, and then I will motion Brown right like this, X, and I'm going to hit Brown. You see me hit Brown right behind that linebacker. Now you have to build confidence in throwing these passes because some of them don't look open, but I promise you they are open because of the nerf on the linebacker. The linebacker just can't get to it because they nerfed their abilities, right? So what if X is not open? Normally if X is not open, B will come open because if they're dropping back to cover X, it normally means that they're leaving the flats open. So let's see what we get on this play. We're going to get X open again. All right. And I can tell, so the person that I'm reading is that corner, right? So I'm reading this corner right here. So it looks like this defense is a little bit different because I see my safety coming down. So I'm actually going to read blitz here. So I know it's going to be a fast throw. Let's see, we get a blitz from the safety. X is open again. So as you can see, it's really hard to cover this route if you run it right and you know your pre-snap reads. What are we reading? All right, X is gonna come open, boom. Easy. It's very similar to what we were doing in the Arizona Cardinals playbook. Now, I'm not gonna go over my other audibles out of this. What I will tell you is that if you come out and you set your audibles up similar to how I have set them up, let's come out and gun bunch tight end one more time. And the defense does give you, let's say, a man play. So let's go nickel, and let's go with a blitz. Let's go with a good blitz. And you come out and you're going to read man, right? The reason why we use this formation because it allows me to switch back over into my regular gun bunch formation. So if I just press audible and press right, you'll see that I now have my gun bunch audibles as well, which remember what I said at the beginning of the video, if you don't have your audible set up, you're losing. So I'm going to beat this guy based off of formations and knowledge. So I'm reading man here. So I'm going to switch over to gun bunch verticals because I know this vertical is a man beating route. It is a big play. So I'm going to motion out here. We'll come here, boom, wide open down the field. Well, he sucks. He dropped it. But you get the point. I set up these two formations this way because I know I have man beaters and zone beaters in both of these formations, and it's only one click away to being able to get to a new formation. This is what you guys have to do to be successful. You have to make sure that you're setting up both your formation audibles, and you have to make sure that you're setting up audibles inside of those formations. So when I say formation audibles, I mean I have to know which formations I like to run and how far they are away from each other. So I know gun bunch tight end is one click over from gun bunch. So I don't have to like keep switching through all of my formations looking for a particular formation. I know that if I'm in gun bunch tight end, all I have to do is press my audible button and press right, and now I'm in gun bunch. And I know what gun bunch plays that I like to run. Now, if you guys want a full walkthrough on how to read all of these plays and how to run all this stuff to make sure that you're always completing your passes and you're just dotting people up, I think what we're going to do is have a sub only mode on Twitch, and we're going to go into the Twitch stream, and I'm going to start releasing full videos for you guys on how to run all of these plays, because there is a play inside of this particular formation and these audibles that beats cover 3 every single time. Every single time. I'll say it one more time. Every single time. I have a play that destroys cover 3, whether you press me, whether you user, or anything. I found that play out by just lollygagging around here in practice mode, but it destroys cover 3 every time. And I'm not going to do that on this particular stream because we need to leave something for the subs on Twitch. So if you want to know those plays, I think we're going to have a sub-only mode on Twitch coming very soon. I'll make sure that I announce that for you guys so you guys can put that into your particular playbook. Now, I'm only going to go over passing, but the Oakland Raiders playbook does have a lot of good run formations. And I'll just kind of go over those really briefly. You have I formation close, and these are the run plays that are really good. Power O, and you have the halfback stretch. Those are really good run plays. You also have in here this halfback close slot, which is really good, and it's the same plays. You're going to run the halfback stretch, and you're also going to run that blast. Those are two really good run plays out of this formation. And then you have what I love this formation, guys. The single wing flex close is a monster formation. You have so many options on how to beat defenses in this particular play. Out of this particular formation, I love halfback dive. I love the toss sweep and the smash routes for the same particular reason that we were running inside of the gun bunch. So if you guys want a full breakdown of this offense, make sure that you come over to the Twitch and subscribe. I'm going to release, I won't say don't subscribe this month. Subscribe next month when we get into, what's next month? October, November? November. Subscribe next month in November, and if we get enough subs, we will actually, well, it doesn't even matter. We'll do a whole offensive breakdown on the Oakland Raiders playbook next month in November. All right, guys, this is your boy, DJ the Chef. It's been love. It's always love, and we out.